first question just has to do with the budget of the state. Right now, we actually have a slight surplus, but the governor has announced across-the-board cuts and is refusing to use the rainy day fund of about $1 billion that were saved up, we thought, for times when there were deficits. So a question I would have for each of you, and I'll ask you since you went last to actually go first, is as a matter of policy, would you vote or would you suggest that we spend some of the rainy day fund to make up for the deficit, the $150, $200 million deficit that's projected for next year? Or do you think we should be cutting? So I just, what do you think about that?
Well, clearly I think, that's what the rainy day fund is supposed to be for. And I think we should spend some of the rainy day fund until we come up with a solution. I think there's several bills that's at the State House that we talk about a 1%. I believe it's Bill 5928 that we realize even just for New Haven alone that it would bring in $21 million a year. So until we come up with a solution, I mean, when we talk about cutting, let's be realistic. The individuals that will be getting cut is some individuals that work hard, that them single family home that start at the low totem pole.
What is this bill?
Is a 1% state bill. So I believe it's 5928, and it was a bill that the lead Mrs. Pat Dillon, Representative Dillon, brought to the legislators, that it was a 1%, that a 1% sales tax that would allow each town, the surrounding town, to help plug up the deficit, since a town like New Haven is 45% tax exempt, and it will plug up, that allows steady the sales tax is just going to the governor, that it will go around the surrounding towns, West Haven, Guilford, New Haven, to help with their deficit.
Gary?
I think that the rainy day fund, as it is named, is for a rainy day. I think it's raining in a lot of people's lives. So yes, I would use some of that money. But I also say that while I don't agree with the way necessarily the governor has done it, we have to be smarter about the way we spend money also. So we need to be more, we need to hold people more accountable for the money that we give them. Some programs that we have in municipalities and in New Haven as a municipality are duplicative and not necessarily the most effective. And so if we're going to spend money, we need to be smart about how we spend the money. So I think we need to take a parallel approach. And I think that is probably the best way to deal with the issues that we have, because we could use the rainy day fund hoping for a solution, but if we're not doing something to be more aware of how we spend money, we're not going to get that solution.